ODI, South Africa ODI series review. Okay, let's talk about Usman. Let's talk about the first ODI. We almost got. We had a collapse, right? The middle order did not deliver. It failed. We almost gave away a already won match. Baba played brilliantly. Imam played brilliantly. Here's a summary you can see. So what do you think? Where
Yeah,
did Pakistan lack?
basically the collapse happened with both teams. With South Africa, it happened early in the innings. There were, I believe, 54 for 4 or for 5. And if it wasn't for the rescue act of Rassie van der Dussen and David Miller, they would have reached 273. So basically, the wicket was a bit unpredictable. It played quite unpredictably. So when the second inning started, Pakistan got off to a flyer, and there was a good partnership from the openers, and then obviously Babar finished it off in style. But the collapse was quite telling in the middle overs. I mean, end of the day, it was pretty much a tight finish in the end. But the wicket suddenly, once those collapse of wickets happened, it was kind of like it was a story of both teams really were struggling with the pace of the ball during that time. So yeah, it was quite interesting, and the outcome was pretty exhilarating in the end.
Yeah, as you mentioned about the South Africa collapse, they were going very, they were looking very good at one point, and we thought they might, just go above the 300 mark. But do you think our bowlers did really well in the middle overs? How did we stop them from getting a big total? If they went above 300, we might have lost the match. What do you reckon?
Yeah, no, we would have done. But I think if you remember, the start South Africa had, I think it was a terrible start. I think they were, if you could correct me, I think they were 54 for 4, pretty much early on. So for them, it was a recovery act in terms of what Van der Dusen and Miller did. So 300 wasn't really on the cards. 270, I think they were below par. 300 was a par score, and they were below that. But the run chase for Pakistan, it was good to start off with, very good, and then the collapse happened in the middle. And if it wasn't for Shadab's 33, I don't think we would have even chased it, to be honest.
Yeah, even Rizwan, I think, played a beautiful hand. If you look at down below, he scored 40-odd runs.
Yeah.
But again, if you analyze the batting, how we lost the wickets, it was just one guy bowling at 145 plus.
Yeah. Was it Noya? Was it Noya? Is that his name?
Yeah, no Kia.
Yeah. Nokia. Can't pronounce his name. He took 4 wickets. It was just basically he was bowling good lines, and we were a bit disciplined in our batting at that point. Once the wickets started to tumble, it was just one after the other, and then at the end we just managed to win on the last ball. So it was a bit disappointing. A match that was basically won, we were trying to find ways of trying to lose. It was a bit strange.
Yeah, he was bowling short to every batsman, and that's how we got out. And short ball has been an issue with Pakistan. If you can remember, back in 2019 when we were playing against the West Indies, the first the opening match, we lost miserably, and we could have gone on to finals as well if we played that match well, and if we won that match. So short ball has not been addressed. So there's something that needs to be done. What's your take on that?
So I think I've seen improvements. So I know Imam, he would get out with the short ball, especially trying to do a hook shot. Oh, sorry, my face whatever. Trying to do that hook shot, and sometimes he would glove it. And I've noticed that side of his game's improved. But obviously the middle batsmen, like I think Danish, is it Danish Aziz? he was playing
yeah,
yeah, the debutant. He really struggled, and it was good lines as well. Because bowling short is one thing, but you got to also bowl the right lines. And when that happens, you put the batsman under a lot of pressure. So that collapse was down to
to
very
stop
good
you
bowling.
there. So you're saying that there's nothing wrong with the batting lineup that we have right now?
Um, I do have reservation with one or two selections. I mean, I would have played the debutant. To be honest, I haven't seen much of him, and I don't think I haven't really. Maybe he's performed in domestic cricket, but I think there are other players worthy of starting that should have played. Like for example, I was surprised Haddad Ali didn't be. It wasn't even selected. They've been playing him for a number of T20 games and so on. I thought he merited a place in the team. To be honest, the middle order was mainly consists of Hafiz, Malik, and you've got also Harris Sohail. So to discarded them, obviously for whatever reason, fitness issues or
the age factor comes in as well. I mean, if you want to build a team for the next World Cup, I mean, the management to take things into consideration about that as well. So let's quickly go on to the second ODI. I think we've done a thorough analysis of the first ODI. Let's move on to the second ODI. Here is a summary. South Africa smashed us, and I think apart from Harris Rose, sorry, every bowler got smashed. If you can analyze his figures, 3 wickets for 54 on a very good batting track. I think he done really well. I mean, he has come a long way. Where he started and how things have turned out for him. I think that's a massive achievement for himself. I think he bowled really brilliantly. Especially in the death overs, he bowled Yorkers. He was economical. How do you rate his performance in the bowling department?
Is that Harris Sohail? So Harris
Rose, the fast bowler.
I remember remembering Harris Sohail. It's just it's a bit of a disappointment he's not in the team, but his name keeps cropping up. Yeah, Harris Rose. He's very effective bowler, especially when when the team is about to build a big target. That's where he really strikes. And he's especially when they're chasing as well. He bowls these channels. It tends to stray on the leg side a bit, but what he tries to do is basically mix and match the bowling, a bit of slower balls, a bit of variation in his bowling, and that's why he picks up wickets. So he's got this knack of picking up crucial wickets at crucial times, which is very good for the future World Cups and T20s that we've got coming up. So yeah, he's been one of the standout performers, despite the fact that South Africa made such a big total. I reckon it was chaseable.
Let's talk about that. The batting now. There was a collapse. Pakistan did not get a good start from the openers. Apart from there was only one lone warrior there. Fakhr Zaman. He came to party. We almost lost hope. Like everyone's just the wickets were tumbling, and we fans thought that this is it. And then this man, out of nowhere, almost got us over the line. So how do you rate that? I mean, it was a crazy innings. I mean, the way he played every bowler. I mean, it wasn't just a fluke. I mean, everyone's talking about, oh, he's a fluke player. In the Champions Trophy, if the Bumrah didn't bowl, the no ball, he would his career wouldn't have. He would have ended there. But against Nokia, against Rabada, against Shamsi, top bowlers. You got ND, all these players play for IPL franchises, and they got tons of experience. And the way he played,
I think his technique's improved. The shot he used to play a lot, like the sweep shot, like when he runs down the pitch, he's cut that out of it because the technique you can see visibly they've been working on it. I think Yunus Khan's been working on it quite a bit. And he's hit more in that innings that he made 193. He hit 18 fours and 10 sixes. That is solid batting. I mean, that is hitting the middle of the bat stuff. and that's what he was doing. And it was a shame that no one supported him, because I think that total was chaseable, and unfortunately Barber got out, and the rest kind of followed, and he was just the lone batsman really going for it. But I think his technique, he's worked on it, and I think he's benefiting from the fruits of that, because there was the susceptibility to, like he used to come down the line and try and sweep the ball out of the ground, like a boom shot. So that's the way I used to see it. I think we're seeing more technical shots now on the offside and onside, and I think that's been really good. Even his cut shot was really impressive as well. That's improved a lot.
Yeah, just add on to that. I mean, if you look at his performances, the batting performance that he did again in the second ODI, I think he changed so many things. As you said, you mentioned about technique. Yeah, certainly he did that. But also he was taking his time. If you analyze his previous innings, he used to rush through his innings and then he would play a rash shot and get out. But this time we saw a different Fakhar Zaman. He was taking his time, although the wickets were like falling like dominoes, but he remained really very calm, composed out in the middle. And then if you look at his first 50, he was off 70 balls.
Yeah.
And the next 50 was off 37 balls, and the next was 21 balls. So you see that, and he needs to learn. I think. What do you reckon? He needs to learn from that innings. It's a lesson for him in that innings.
I think he's developed a more patient mindset now. I think they've told him bat the whole overs. Don't just go in there, and just thrash it about and then get out. Bat those whole 50 overs if possible. Take your time, and I think this innings showed that. It was a very mature and measured innings from him. What I was a bit hoping for during that innings was that he would keep the strike. I didn't want him giving it to the lower order, because I thought he could do it himself. But unfortunately, he got run out, and I'm sure the run out surprised everyone. What did you think of the run out? I mean, I was baffled.
There's mixed opinions, on that. I mean, one could say it was the sheer brilliance and presence of mind of the top, or one could say he cheated him out. I mean, but as a batsman, I think he should have remained vigilant, and I think he lost focus. But what can you say? It's cricket. Things like that happen.
Yeah. No, it was smart from Quinton. Obviously pointing at the non-strikers, but Fahad should have focused on that, getting to the other side. He should have been looking at the keeper. He should have been focused on what he had to do. But regardless, it was a brilliant innings. I think it's the highest run in terms of run chase, highest individual score in a run chase.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, that was a very good analysis. Let's go to the final ODI, and I mean, look at the Fakhar Zaman leading from the front again. I mean, he gave us a brilliant start. Babar Azam came in and he played a brilliant hand. Imam ul-Haq again, very consistent. So we're seeing very consistent top order. I mean, our openers are firing. Babar Azam playing the anchor role. He playing it brilliantly. Of course, he's a captain. There's extra burden on him. What do you reckon of the batting performance in the third ODI?
Yeah, I think it was a very solid start. I think there were 206 for one, and then slight collapse again during we were struggling when Maharaj was bowling. He was getting our batsmen out, and we were in danger of not even making. According to I think Mike Hazeman, I was listening to his commentary. He was thinking we will be lucky to make 285 because that's how below par the middle order batting was. But Babar Azam, credit to him, he dug deep, he hit a vital 94. Unfortunately, he didn't make his 100. He would have deserved it. But Hassan Ali, what an innings from him. I mean, that's what we needed, those last 2 overs. He came to the party and smashed a quick 32 with 4 sixes. I think that was the difference in the match, the finishing. And I think that was brilliant to see.
I think that was the game changer because if you look at the bowlers, they use two part-timers.
Yeah.
Eden Markram, and there's another guy, Smuts. And
Yeah.
they were bowling economical spells for them.
Yeah.
So I think the middle order was very reluctant to take their chances. But when Hassan Ali came, he showed them how to play those.
Yeah.
I mean, those.
Can I just make a good quick point? I don't understand why Rizwan and Safraz played. They're both wicket keepers. What did you make of that?
Yeah, it was confusing, to be honest. I mean, but if you look at the second ODI, we had a collapse in the middle order. They probably wanted to strengthen that with the Sarfraz, because he's a good batsman. I mean, he can play, run a ball, but I think playing Rizwan, because Rizwan is a genuine wicket keeper. He's been performing for us. It could dent his confidence, because he probably thinking in his mind that he probably loses his place if Sarfraz performs today, and if I fail, I'm gonna be out. So I think you can't play the two keepers.
Yeah,
You need to bring another batsman who can play at number 5.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Imad Wasim has been kicked out of the team for whatever reason. He's an all-rounder. He can bowl and bat. Rizwan, if him and Safraz are playing, Rizwan can only field and back. He can't offer anything else. So really, you're wasting that position.
Yeah, that's correct. And they need to bring in, because if you look at the the players that play now in the playing 11, you got Imam al-Haq, you got Baba, you got Rizwan. They kind of got same kind of batting style, and the strike rate they play with is very similar. So we cannot play another like Sarfraz in the team, because he plays with the same strike rate. So we need a genuine batsman who can who like Hafiz, or maybe like Haris Sohail, who can amplify the run rate. So I don't know what the management was thinking behind that. It was confusing. Let's talk about the bowling here. I mean, they brought Mohammad Nawaz, the spinner. They brought in Shadab got injured, unfortunately. So the son of Abdul Qadir, the great Abdul Qadir, Usman came, and they made a difference. They made an impact. If you look at the figures, I mean, Usman gave us a crucial wicket, and Nawaz, I thought bowled brilliantly. What do you reckon?
Yeah, his bowling was top draw. I mean, he bowled a couple of the players out, and his lines were good. He had a similar impact to what Maharaj did to our innings, and he bowled well. His batting, I'm not convinced by, and I think there's a lot of talk between his position and Imad Wasim, who should be in the team. But on bowling performance, Mohammad Nawaz did very well. I'm not convinced by his batting though. But again, I'm sure the team hierarchy will look into that. But I'm a big advocate of Imad Wasim. I feel he deserves a spot in the team. But just getting back to the result, it was fantastic performance from Pakistan overall. Really clinical performance in the end, and I think this bodes well for the future.
Yeah, it was a crucial win for us. I mean, we've won the series, and it's been a long time since we won the series in South Africa. Last time we won against South Africa was back in 2013 under Misbah ul-Haq. So it must be it's a great moment for him as well, because he was a captain then, and now he's a coach. So that was, you got a little boy there. Hello.
Yeah, my son. Sorry. Okay, go guys. I'm busy. Okay, where's mommy? Okay, go on. So this was a plan.
Just lock the room.
Okay, so, okay, later. I'm nearly done. Okay. Good.
I think we should conclude here. I mean,
yeah.
Do you want to talk about Baba?
Oh, Baba, yeah, just on the with this ODI series, I think his captaincy is led by example. He's learning the ropes quickly, and I think I think he is number one actually in the rankings, but he hasn't been officially announced by the ICC yet, which I don't know why. But he has clocked the most points, and he will be deemed number one very soon. And what a batsman! I mean, he's playing the best cricket of his career, and I think he can get better. That's the most pleasing thing to see. He can only get better, and that's frightening, to be honest, because we're thinking, he's number one, and he's hit this many centuries and this many 50s, but I think there's more to come from him. And I think if the team can really keep him focused and make the team around him, I really think that Pakistan could be a serious contender for the 2013 World Cup.
Well, thank you for your time. It was brilliant to have you, and great analysis. So guys, we're gonna be making these videos regularly. We're gonna be collaborating a lot. So please stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we'll return back with another video. It's gonna be on T20 series. So stay tuned. Until then, Allah Hafiz.